Hey actors, in this video I want to discuss your resume and particularly how to format your resume so that it is up to industry standards. Hello everybody, my name is Doug Fahl and this is Augmented Actor, where we help you augment your acting career with tips, tactics, and tech. Now in this video I want to just focus on the formatting of your resume so that you can make sure your resume fits the industry standards that most casting directors are looking for. It's important to note that there are big differences between a resume that you would use to get a day job or an office job or something like that and an acting resume. They are formatted different and they look different and they have different objectives. When you create an acting resume, you want to avoid using those fancy templates that are all designed with pretty colors and sidebars and things like that, because you don't need those for an acting resume. In fact, they can work against you if you use those. So you want to have your plain basic resume template to start with, because in an acting resume you don't need a sidebar, you don't need to list all your accomplishments, you don't need to list bullet points of keywords, you don't need to use active power words to describe your duties. You don't need to write an objective paragraph at the top of your resume. You don't need to write a paragraph of your accomplishments at each role. Your resume is not going to be scanned by some auto robot scanner that's looking for specific keywords and stuff like that. It's going to be read by an actual human being. So you need to format it so that it matches the industry standard so that the casting director can scan it quickly and find the information that they need. If you don't format it that way, then they're likely to toss your resume because it's just too confusing or too difficult to find the information they want. You want to make it easy for them to find that information. Now, I should also note that in the film and television and commercial world, printed resumes are actually starting to become obsolete, and so are printed headshots, because all of those are done through online profiles. So whenever you create a resume for paper, you should also mirror that resume in online resume sites like Actors Access, Casting Frontier, or maybe your agency has a profile that you can set up. You want to keep all of those up to date and matching your resume. And when you're printing your resumes, you don't need to worry about fancy linen papers and things like that. Just regular copy paper will work. You can staple it in all four corners to the back of your headshot. So make sure that you print it within the confines of an 8x10 framing. You can print your resume on the back of your headshots as well. The only problem with doing that is that your resume will tend to be updated and changed more frequently than your headshots, so you don't want to ruin good headshots. So only print like them as you need them. Here are the sections you should have on your resume. You should have a header, which includes your name, your contact information, your agency, your websites, and your physical descriptors, and your union status. Then you're going to have credit sections. So these are sections divided by type of industry, and they're going to include things like your film credits, your television credits, web series, industrials, commercials, voiceovers, and theater. Then you'll have a training section, which includes your schooling, your degrees, and any workshops and classes that you've taken. And then you'll have a special skills section, and this is where you can list things like languages you speak and dialects you know, and whether you dance or sing and how well, and then other things, little tricks that you can do or skills that you have that might come in handy for any kind of project. So when you format your credit sections, the middle sections of your resume, you want to include 3 columns and 3 columns only. The first column will be the name of the project, the second column will be the type of role it is, and then the third column will be the director or producing organization or both. Each of those columns will be a little bit different depending on whether it's film, television, voiceover, commercials, theater. For instance, in theater, you will list the character's name because that's pretty standard in theater, but in film and television, you're going to list the size of the role rather than the character's name. Now, in some cases, in the third column, you'll list the director of the project. Sometimes you'll list the theater that you worked at. Sometimes you'll list the producing organization, and sometimes it's a combination of all those things. So that's it for formatting your resume. If you want more detailed, specific information about what to include and not to include and how to format it on your resume, I have some more videos coming out soon. So if you don't want to miss those, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then turn on notifications in your YouTube mobile app so that you see those notifications. Now, if you like this video, you'll probably want to follow this video, and then this is the playlist that I was talking about where all of those other resume videos are going to be housed. So have a good day, and we'll see you soon.